Okay, this is kind of second part. First tape ended up shutting down. What we were going over in the first tape was 3064 Berman, whereas we had purchased an evaporator coil for $1,625.99. When we looked up this PO, we go over here to ESC and we look up 27491. As we look that up, we're going to look to see what customer is it, which right here in the job is 3064 Berman. Up top right here, 3064 Berman. We're going to go ahead and go to qualify, put in 3064 Berman. We pull up this customer in qualify. We go to their equipment. When we go to their equipment, we go to the evaporator coil, which in this case is an air handler. The evaporator coil is inside the air handler. So this is a warranty part for an evaporator coil, but the evaporator coil is inside the air handler. So the installation date of this air handler is 6/22 of 2017. So what we have to find out now, what our job is to find out if I'm purchasing an evaporator coil, is this under warranty, under parts warranty? Is it under labor warranty as well? Well, in the last video, we showed the registration. We showed how to look up the registration. We verified that the coil is actually under warranty. And then we have to come over here and we have to look to see, did they pay for labor? And in this case, they only had a 1-year warranty on labor, so they did not. Then we go into our Excel sheet. I had showed you how in the last video. We click on right here where it says PO, and then we type in 27491. It pops up only one. We pull that up, which gives me this here, my top here. Now, a light gray is going to be one that is going to say, hey, this is a warranty part. Put in this Excel sheet, and when it's light gray, this has no labor warranty on it. So we don't have to file for labor warranties, but we will have to file for a replacement of the warranty coil. Okay? So my Excel sheet, again, is found on my computer right here where it says warranty open claims. We make sure that we put the date, the PO, who the vendor is, the address of the customer, the name of the customer, who it's registered under. So if this is registered under the grandmother or something like that, you put who it's registered under here. What is the part number? And then what is the amount of that particular ticket? Then what we're going to end up having to do is we are going to end up having to do a vendor credit, which is going to be the same vendor PO number, 27491, but we're going to put VC in front of it. So how do you make a vendor credit? In ESC, which I'm going to click ESC again, you would go to PO list, and then you would hit add vendor credit, and then you would literally take the vendor credit that is here right now and you would change that to VC 27491, and you would put Lennox up at the top here. I would be the buyer. Terms is going to be net. Ship via is going to be delivered, confirmed to, my initials on it, and then your item is going to be warranty equipment. Then you type in on warranty equipment, you're going to type in whatever's in the description here, and then you're going to put the total to be the same as $1625.99, and the job you're going to put it as 3064 Berman. Department is going to be warranty. So we have a purchase of this item. We now create a vendor credit for this item. We take that vendor credit, which I'm going to delete this one because I've already done this. Do you wish to save your transaction? No. Okay. So then we're going to go to our Excel sheet. We put everything in our Excel sheet, and we go to the vendor credit. We put our vendor credit number here. And then when we get our credit back for this, we're gonna get back $1625.99. Now, what do I have to do in order to get my money back on this particular system? I'm going to actually have to file a warranty for this particular system. So if I go into my Lennox here, and I go back one, let's see if we're going to do it here. Alright, let's go. I'm clicking Lennox Pros right there. I'm already registered in here, and I click on warranty. And then I'm going to go ahead and type in or look into quick lookup, create a claim. That's what we're going to do. We're going to create a claim. So application type, select type. It's going to be residential. Your reference number, the reference number is going to be the invoice number right here. So my reference number right here is 0567 004 173. So that's your notes right here at the bottom, and it's the same number at the top. So when they do a credit, when you're filing for a warranty, they're going, okay, well, what reference number are you referencing? You got to reference this invoice number is what you have to do. So we're going to do 0567 004 173. Unit serial number. Well, now I got to go back to ESC. I have to go back to that particular customer, which I've already got pulled up. My serial number for the air handler is here. Copy it. Paste it. Unit model number is right here. Now look, when you put the serial number in, it automatically pulled up the particular model number. And then it all automatically pulled up the install date 6/14/2017. And then you're going to have to put in the fail date. Well, what was the fail date? You go back to your history here. In the history, we went out there on 5/31, found system low on refrigerant. So you're going to put in here 5/31 was the fail date. Alright, then you're going to hit save and next. Then owner's last name. Owner's last name is right here. I'm going to copy that. We're going to paste it right there. And I'm going to make sure I take off everything other than that last name. And then owner's zip code 70114. So now they're trying to verify that this thing is registered properly and that you're doing the correct job and that you're not trying to screw somebody over. So then you're going to hit save and next. Algiers, now look, they got highlighted Algiers right here. So what you want to do is for Algiers, you want to type in New Orleans. Because they're not going to reckon address validation failed. Please correct your address and try again. Okay. So let's see if it's going to allow me to type any kind of way. Let's see. Alright, let's go back. Clean basics again. We're going to hit next on it. Save and next. Algiers. Maybe if I hit back one time. Nope. Save and next. So we are trying to change this is what we're trying to do. Because it is Algiers, but as far as the computer is concerned, as far as they're concerned, Algiers is not a city. New Orleans is a city. So it is Berman Highway. It's in New Orleans, 70114, but I don't know why they are not allowing me to change it right here. All Alright, so let's go up a little bit. Try to do this on camera without knowing what they're going to do here. Main menu. Let's see what it gives you. Alright, let's try here. Correct. Nope, not allowing you to do it there. Alright. Let's try back. Owner information. I don't know why it's not allowing me to. So if I hit cancel claim and then just hit OK, let's cancel the claim, and I guess I'll just have to start all over again. So we're going to go ahead and create a claim. It's going to be residential. Reference number again, 0567 004 173. Unit serial number. Equipment serial numbers here. Copy it, paste it. It's going to go ahead and pull up. It's loading. Fail date. I'm going to keep the same fail date, obviously. Save and next. Let's see if they're going to, okay. Last name of the customer. We got that right here. Copy that. Paste it over here. Take off everything other than that part. 70114. And then verify registered owner. And see, it says New Orleans in there. I mean, it says Algiers, but it's not allowing me to change that. Now, Berman Highway is Algiers. Well, this is the particular customer, so I'm going to go into attached documents in here. I'm going to the registration back in 2017. This is my registration right here, and it is registered under Nije Anaba, whatever her name is, Algiers, Louisiana 70114. So everything is correct right here. I mean, it is correct. So I can't change it to New Orleans from here, even though I'm redoing it. So I'm just going to hit save and next on it. And it's saying address validation failed. Please correct your address and try again. It is the correct address. So if I hit save and next on it, it's sticking me right here at Algiers and save and next. I mean, so it's not allowing me to do anything. Is kind of effed up. United States, Louisiana 70114. So all of this information is actually correct. Hit main menu on it, same thing. Residential, it's got everything on it here. Look, owner information's got it all over here as well too. But it's not allowing me to say an address validation failed. Please correct your address and try again. So from here, I'm going to end up having to call the company and find why they're not allowing me to process it through here. So I literally can't do anything else with this. I can't save next it. I can cancel the claim and then make a call. If I hit help, let's see what it says. This is just documentation of looking things up when you hit help is all that is. So this is one that I actually have to call Lennox, talk to their support team, and let them know that, and I know what it is. It's because it's Algiers as opposed to New Orleans. I know what the problem is, because globally they don't look at it as Algiers as a city. They look at that as New Orleans 70114. And if you look at how it's registered in Algiers as opposed to New Orleans. But their computer is not picking up Algiers is kind of where the problem is. So I have to cancel this claim, and then I end up having to call them on Monday to get this taken care of from here. Okay, So we can't do that particular one, so we're going to get out of that and get back into where we were. Okay. So I got out of the Lennox part on that part of it. I might as well get back into it because I'm sure I'm going to have to show you something in here. Go back to Lennox Pros here. Sign in. When you sign in, it's got the username and password already there. Remember, when you go hit Eric, my account, invoices and payments, manage and pay. Now you got open invoices here. Okay, so that's where we are on open invoices. Now, so we just went through that one ordeal right there that we couldn't complete, that we'll have to make that phone call on it. So what I want to show you now is this. As we go through the entire month, recap, the guys are going to bring you in picking tickets that Lennox's picking tickets literally have nothing on them. I mean, they just don't give any prices. They don't give anything. So you doing your job here can't do anything with that picking ticket. You have to go to Lennox Pros, go into open documents right here, and then you can look up that PO, and then that PO is going to give you the PO right here as your purchase order number. Okay, so you're going to go open, and then you will print every single one of these open POs on here, because we can't do anything as far as trying to do our statement with picking tickets. You literally can do nothing with picking tickets. Everything has got to be an invoice. When you print the invoice, now you've got something you can work with, and you have got to keep this in file, and all of them have got to stay clipped together throughout the entire month so that everybody knows the invoices that you are working with should stay in one spot, clipped together. And then when you write something on here, nobody's printing more invoices or anything like this. You're the only one working with this, okay? Now, let's say we get towards the end of the month. And as we get towards the end of the month, like we are now, and I have to take and get a statement. Now I have to catch a phone call. Taylor and Tyler, how may I help you?
Hello, I was wondering to see, I was calling to see how much do you guys charge to receive compared to
Well, we charge a service fee to go out there first of all, and during the week is $105. On the weekends is $175, and the capacitor runs about $215, I believe.
Okay, so if we was to get it ourselves and just let y'all install it, it's still gonna be like some stuff that one something.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't, go to customers' houses with their parts and put their parts on them, because if you're wrong and you got the wrong part and whatever, we warranty everything that we do. If you get the part, then, if you took it off, you can put a new one on it,
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, now, as you get these invoices throughout the entire month, they're just going to be piled up in a folder to where you get to the end of the month. And I'm going to give you a little bit of advice here of how to manage your folder. And then when you get the statement, this statement is not in the same order as this right here. So the easiest thing with Lennox I found is this. It's easy for me to find a PO on here. Now, I got a stack of invoices and they're just in random order. There's no specific order. And then when I get my statement from Lennox, my next job is to take all of these invoices and put them in this order. So that now if I'm looking for the 10th one on here, I got to go to the 10th invoice and there it is. That's how we do this. So at the end of the month, you will take the statement, put it on top of here, and then turn this into the accounting to where they can pay the bill. Now, in doing that, I found the easiest way to get this in order is this. You take this, first of all, and in order to make it easy to where you know where you're looking for this, is you highlight your POs on here, and then you put your POs in numeric order first. So, let me move this over a little bit so you can see it. So, when I go through here, I have them in numeric order, and then I have them highlighted. So now if I'm looking for on my statement, the first PO, which is 27455, then whereas right here is 27340, well 455 is not obviously lower than 340. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go look for 27455, which I've already put these in order. And it's easy for me to find that PO because I have them in numerical order. Then I pull that and I put it up, I turn it over, and then I go to the next one and I look for 27355. And then again, it's in numerical order. So I can find it easy in here. I pull it out and I stack it on top right here. So the first thing you have to do is put this thing in numerical order, PO wise, so that you can find it when you hit your statement. Now when you get to 27617, you go scan through here, and let's just say you don't have a 27617. Well, fine. You come right to here and you scan down here and you find 27617. This is it right here. I would click on it. It makes a little check mark here. I would pull up my PDF, and then I would print it. And then now I print it. Once I print it, now I got to go look this thing up, because if it's not in my folder, that means I've done nothing with it so far. So when I pull that up, now I've got to come over here to ESC, and I got to go, okay, let's see what 27617 is. 27617. It's a purchase order. So I go to the purchase order. And then I look and I go, okay, that's $177.28. And I will verify everything on here. What did we do? What are we purchasing on here with that? I made that particular one up there, so it's the wrong one on here. And I will verify whether it's warranty, not warranty. Do they have a labor warranty? Who's the labor warranty through? Comfort Shield, Complete Care, JB Warranty. Who's it through? Then I will put all that information on this particular invoice here. And if it is a warranty, then I have to go to my spreadsheet. And once I'm at my spreadsheet, let's say in this particular case, select all. Let's say in this particular case, it's the first time I pulled it up. Then I would say, okay, now I have to put it on my spreadsheet because I don't have it on here, and this particular item is only a warranty item for parts, not for labor. So my gray ones here are warranty for parts, not for labor. So as I was going through here, I found those, and these are the ones that I stopped right here in light gray. So the light gray ones tell me, hey, you need to go to the Lennox website and you need to now file for your claim like I was trying to do with that other one. And you put it on here, and then your next step over here, because it's still in white, I still need to go do that. Light gray means I put it in here, it's a parts warranty, no labor. The peach one right here means that when I put it in, it not only has a parts warranty, but it also has a labor warranty as well. So I put that in, any vendor credit information, and then if I go to that customer, I get an authorization number, which is in my dispatch notes, that when we replace that part, I want the Comfort Shield authorization number, or actually contract number. I want the authorization number. Then I have to go to Comfort Shield, and I have to now process the claim, which we'll do on a whole nother video, and then follow through with the claim number, the amount, ESC invoice. We have to upload documents to it, and then we have to wait for them to pay us. Then when they pay us, that will clear this particular claim. Now, if you look at this black line right here, This black line was one that I did earlier that whoever was doing this prior, she didn't put it in gray waiting for the vendor credit. But luckily, she went ahead and filed the claim on Lennox, but she didn't put anything in the spreadsheet. So when I found the vendor credit, I looked up on the spreadsheet here and there was nothing here. And then I had to go ahead and put it in here, and from there find the original invoice that we purchased, whatever that part was, in this case a variable speed motor. And I had to process all the way through it because it just tells you what to do next. And since I had a vendor credit, I put the vendor credit number in, what was actually claimed on it. The $644.28 gave me the total amount that I paid for the vendor credit. So I had to put the first purchase order number, then the vendor credit number, and follow it all the way out. Now, I purchased something just like a gray one here. I have to do a vendor credit. When I do the vendor credit, that is my next step. So the reason I'm doing this is so that I know, hey, I need to do a next step. So in my next video, I'm going to do these warranties, and I'm going to go, okay, here's an open claim that I need to go to Lennox and process this thing so that I can go ahead and get my money back. Because right now, I just have a part we purchased that's a warranty part, and I haven't claimed my money back yet. We're going to do that later. So I leave it in light gray. In this particular case, once I got my vendor credit back, then I turn it to black or charcoal color, and I change my lettering to white. That tells me, because it's that color, I don't have to do anything to that one anymore. That one's done and over with, okay? If I go to some of these top ones up here, in the dark green, which is actually the same thing I did that with, these red ones here are actually waiting for money back, is what we're actually waiting for. So I did my processing on it through the Comfort Shield site, and I'm actually waiting for my money back. And the reason I put them in red is because I processed everything all the way up until posted to QuickBooks and got my money back. I haven't got my money back, and as soon as they send me my check, then I clean this one up, and it says uploaded all the documents on that particular date, and I'm just waiting for my money. When I get the money, I put my check number in here and amount received, and then that cleans it up. So the people I had in here prior to were not following through on everything that needs to be followed through, because you see a bunch of open stuff in here, okay? That's going to be a video all in itself. It's going to aggravate the piss out of me. Okay. So, coming back to here. Recap. First thing you want to do after the month is through, or throughout the entire month, is put these invoices from Lennox in numerical order for the POs. That's the first thing you do. When you get the statement at the end of the month, then it's easy for you to find that PO so that you can now put the invoices in order as they are on the statements. Okay. We've done that. Then when you do this, then you've got every single invoice in order, and then it's going to ask you about going ahead and paying for this on here. So this is your little checklist right here on the side with when you can click it, and puts a little arrow on it. So from here, I will take my clip off of it, and I'm going to start because I already did these in order, okay? So as far as my statement is concerned, right here, here's what I'm checking off. My first one, PO 27455. Now remember, these are not going to be in order on here. So I have to go down 27455, which is my PO up on the top right here, 27455. I come on here, I find 27455. 27455, which is this one. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to flip it over. 27355. 27355, which is this one here. I clicked it. Now this next one here doesn't have a PO on it, okay? It does not have a PO for a vendor credit. In this particular case, I do not have anything in ESC on, I don't think, no. Yeah, I didn't put anything in ESC. I went straight to QuickBooks and I made a credit in QuickBooks for $150 because there is no PO. This happens to be a labor claim that what they did. But if I come on here, I'm looking for the $150 is what I am looking for, which is the next one on here. And I can easily find that on here because I just go to scroll down here and I'm looking for the $150, which I just seen it. There it is right there. I click it. There's my next one. Okay. So I'm going to flip that one over. $27,340. It's $1,625 credit. So $1,625.99 is my credit. I click that one. So all you're doing when you're clicking these over here, what we're trying to get to in the end, is that is what is going to tell you what your bill is and what you're going to pay. Okay. So our job here is to go through this entire deal to where we can clear them up, and then next month those won't still be on here. $426.97 with a credit. That one there. So $27,126. Got a credit of $644.26. This one here. Did. Got a credit of $2473.38. $2473.38. So there's a purchase here of $2473.38. So I'm looking for the credit for it right there. Click it. Now here's a credit of $682.50. Right there. Here we have a credit of $114.66, which I believe was towards the bottom here. On $14.66. So I don't see the $114.16 on here. And the reason I don't see it on here, which actually I should see it on there somewhere. My PO is 27617. So let's look at it as a PO, 27617. See if I find it like that. 27617. Don't see it there. If I click that down right there and I look for 27617, have it right here. I hit apply. It's going to pull it up. 27617, 114.66. I'm going to click it right there. Okay. Now why wasn't it on the other one? Because I was on open POs. That's why. This particular one would be a closed PO because it's a credit and they already, basically paid it. So that's how I actually find it, like that. Now I can turn that one back over again. Okay. So go back here and reset it. Now you're back into the regular ones, okay? So now I got a credit of $347.26, which is right here. Now, the PO that they put here is $164,883. Now, we don't give POs of $164,883, but it turns out the $164,883 happens to be a dispatch number on here on ESC. Now, in this particular case, the address here is 24.5 Garden Road. So remember, anything that you pull up, I've already done the research in here. I know this is a warranty claim. You have to go to your spreadsheet over here And you have to make sure this is on your spreadsheet over here. So let's do that. I'm going to show you an easy way to find this particular one. It's a PO 164883, and I'm just going to say, for argument's sake, it's not on there for 164883. Well, how would you find the address on here? You do the same thing. You go to the little arrow right here. You deselect all of them, and then type in 244.5. 244.5. One pops up right there. You hit OK. Scroll up. Now look, you have 3 of them here with 244.5. You got one of them that has a PO on it of 27580. This particular one right here is a color screen, which is this one here. So the PO Lennox has is 164883. So I'm going to make sure I go ahead and put that on there as well. Now you notice this is a peach color. So the peach color is going to tell me this has got a labor warranty on it as well. I was working on this one the other day, and they were kicking stuff back, and I think it's because we have multiple parts, and this customer has like 5 different units in their house, and they were getting the contract numbers mixed up with what is being covered on it. So again, I have to call Comfort Shield in order to straighten all this out. My deal is I have a part, it's a warranty part. I have to make sure it is on my spreadsheet, because I have another deal I have got to do is, after I do the Lennox statement and make sure everything's paid for, my next step is to go through every single one of these spreadsheets here and every single part and make sure that part has been claimed with Lennox, claimed with Coburn's. A vendor credit has been issued. To the right side of me here, I have some parts, which we will get into what we do with parts and stuff like that in another video. We fill out warranty claims like this. These warranty claims have got to be brought back. This actually happens to be, this particular deal here. Master bedroom non-communicating with zoning board. This is your touch screen. So this particular return item right here is one of the ones that I am looking for that particular customer, and that one there is for the zoning board right here up at the top. Okay, so I've got a number for it. So warranty claims are so damn tedious of everything that you need to do on here. It is extremely important that you follow through with every single thing. Now, I am so far behind right now because the girl that we had at one point in time, she came in, she was doing a half-assed job, she left, brought another girl in, she stayed for about 2 weeks trying to learn, and then she left. So now here I am doing it now, so I need to do training videos on how to do this. So we are far behind because I've had 2 people not doing their jobs and not following through with everything that they need to do, which gives me the opportunity to make training videos. So hopefully the next person we get in here actually does what they're supposed to do. So here we are back at the Excel spreadsheet, and this Excel spreadsheet, we are so far behind on it, we need to catch up tremendously on it. Okay, getting back to our documents here, we are at 164,883 is what we actually went to on here. So our invoice number and our total 347.26 is our credit. So we are going to look for 347.26 as a credit. Remember, the credit is obviously going to be in parentheses. And again, I am not seeing the 347.26. Okay, so how do we find that 347.26? There it is right there. I just found it. All right, we're going to click it. Go to the next one. Next one is $27,485, $37.64. Got it right here. I find it easy, instead of looking for the PO, looking for the number, the actual total on it. 2473.38, which is a purchase right here. Click that one. 1625.99 right here. Click that one. So remember, the statement is not in order of this right here. 222.97. Right there. So again, the reason I'm clicking all these too is so that when I do my statement, those are the ones we're going to pay. That's why you're clicking them, to get them off of there. 397.49. Now, one of the things you want to look at when I do 397.49 is my PO here is 27.525. So I want to look at my PO right next to it as 27.525 to make sure that there is not two of them in here that have the exact same price with different POs, and I click one and don't have the other one. So make sure that your 397.49 here matches your 27.525. 27.525. 397.49, same thing right here. 397.49 and 27.525. Very important that you do that. 598.27. Click here. 27.534 is my PO. Next. 1588.86. 27.562. Next. 27.571 and 843 right here. Don't click it. 619.19 and 27.580, 742.56 and 27.585. 742.56 is what I'm looking for. Right here. 1207.75 right there. 27.597. 1377.01 right there. Click it. What matches with 27.602. Perfect. 778.60 right here matches with 27.607. Next one is 27.606, which is this one here. Next one's 2478.84, matching with 27.617. 2478.34, I believe I've seen it down here. Nope. 2478. 2478. $84 right there. Click it. Boom. Checked off. 421.51. One right below it. Clicks. Checks it off. 54.85.12. 54.85.12 right there. Click it out. 682.50. Done. 950.04. 27.644. 950.04. 950.04. Click. 1026.48. Click. Now, those two POs plus the next PO, all those POs have 27.644 on them. Well, the problem is with Lennox, they screw shit up all the time. So I have 3 POs from Lennox, all with the same PO number on them, and you're not supposed to have the same PO on any additional invoice. It should be one PO, one invoice. So when they send it to you and they just screw shit up and they put any damn PO they want on it, when you get it, now you got to start deciphering all that stuff. And sometimes you actually have to make a whole new PO for it here because they will send it to you on a different ticket. Well, you can't process one PO, have another one with the same PO. You can't process it. you can't print, you can't make it go to QuickBooks with the same PO. You got to make a whole new PO to it. So then you got to write this one on the top of it so that you know this PO is really the one they have in the books right there. Lennox is stupid. 27,678, 680,250, 680,250. Now you see I got a 680,250 here at 27,644. That's why you want to check them, and it's already checked. So now I'm looking for another one, which is going to be 680,250, but I'm looking for 27,676. 27,676. So I'll look for that one. Here it is right up at the top here. I clicked that and checked it off. Alright, 778.60 is 672, 778.60 right here. Click that one, check it off. 1480.294. Next one. 681.41. 681.41. Right here. Click that one. 857.22. The next one. Click it. 716.35, which is the next one, which is 27,697. Click that one. So I just went through my entire Lennox invoice. So the first thing I did with all this stuff, the first thing I did with it is I went through and I checked off everything that needed to be done. Now, the 114.66 right here on a credit, which is up top here, which is PO number 27617, that one needs to be checked as well too. So now you need to look, we did that earlier, I don't know why it wasn't checked on there. Your total amount is 21,088.88. Alright, so now that I've checked all these things off here, what can I do with it from here? I can now say pay invoices, add bank, cancel. So now I'm not paying invoices, right? I can hit download. Let's see what download does. I got all those on there. So if I hit download, it would make a PDF, allows you to create a combined PDF of the invoices and statement you have selected. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit cancel on that. And the reason I'm going to hit cancel on that is this. I'm going to go back to where I was, because this one here is my actual statement as well. So hopefully it doesn't wipe off all my check marks here that I just did, which it did not. So my next one up top right here is actually my statement. Okay, so I'm going to click my statement as well too. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit download now. Do we want to create a PDF for this? Yeah. Let's go ahead and hit download on that. Now how long that's going to take to create a PDF. So what it's doing is it took this statement. I clicked off every single one of these on the statement. Well, my prior work to doing this video was, again, I put everything in numerical order from my POs first. Then when I got my statement, I went down here and I said, okay, let me find 27455. I scroll through, I find 27455. I pull it out, I turn it over. I go to the next one, 27355. Boom, it's easy for me to find that, pull it over. If I don't have one on there, there it is. There's my PDF right here. So I'm going to open up that PDF. So what this is giving me now is every invoice that I checked off for that statement. And it should give me the statement in the very end of it. Let's see if it does. Okay, there's my statement. So now I have a PDF folder or file of that statement with every invoice on it. Okay, so I can now right click on it, open it, save it. I should be able to save it right here. There you go. I'm just hit download on it right there. And now I can download it to my desktop. And then I'm going to call it Lennox 7-1-23 statement with invoices. Now, I don't think anybody's ever done this before, this particular part. I think they just do it a different way. So I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna email it to my bookkeeper over here. So I'm gonna go to my desktop, and let's see if there's a folder we're gonna put this in. So we're gonna put it in my Lennox folder. How about that? So Lennox invoices. There you go, and it has right here February 2019. So maybe at one time somebody did it. So I'm gonna go ahead and create another folder, new. And we're going to call this folder is going to be 7-1-2023 statement. So this can be a whole new way to do this particular deal, and everything is in there. So if we ever need to find it, boom, save that. Now I can go back in here. Well, we already saved that in there, didn't we? All right, so now it's saved in there. So now I can get out of this particular PDF. I can go back here again. And I can hit cancel on the download because I've already downloaded it, right? And so hit cancel on there. Let's see if it's going to allow me to go back. What's going to allow me to do? Alright, it should be popping back up. So now, all the ones that I had clicked off are now not clicked off now. That's what it looks like. So, all the work that we just did in clicking all those off just got wiped off. Isn't that funny? But we did download the statement. We did download all of the invoices. I do have everything on here. Pretty much what you're doing would close this out. Except for my job now is to click all those off, and well, actually the bookkeeper's job is to click all those off, hit payment on it, and then on the payment, then she does all this in QuickBooks, because all these are actually created in QuickBooks. Every time we have a purchase order in here and we bill the purchase order, it goes to QuickBooks, and then she takes the statement in QuickBooks and she will go click all that stuff off in QuickBooks. I need to now really and truly just go back in here and click all these deals, and then we would then move them to closed because they will be paid. So I'll do that off camera because there's no use me doing that and just hitting close on camera. Now, in QuickBooks, we are going to go to pay bills. So here's what the bookkeeper is going to do. She is going to look through here, and she is going to go to Lennox, and then here's what we will do. And we were going to take these one by one by one by one by one, and we click these off. This is what the bookkeeper is looking to be able to do. So she is looking for, we're going to start here because the credits, all the credits are down here. Okay? I'm sorry. Select all bills, actually go to bills. Once you click on one, let's see what happens. 421. It should give you credits that are available on here. Discounts and credit information for highlighted bill. Bill reference. Set discounts. Here you go. Here, I finally found it. $10,379 in credits. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to make sure that she has all these bills in QuickBooks. Now, you're not going to be doing this right away as far as getting into QuickBooks. She's doing this, but I'm just going to show you how it's actually done. So we're going to start off here. We're going to unclick that one because that's not the first one. So she's going to look through. She's going to look for 3764 on here. All within Lennox, 3764. Click it one time, highlights it, make a click on it. 2473.38. Boom. Click it. 1625.99. $222.97 next. So what you're trying to do is make sure she's got all these things in the computer here so that she can now do her job. $397.49. But your job really and truly is not doing what I'm showing you right here. This is actually the bookkeeper's job. Your job is to make sure that every bill that gets put in here, you did all of your research on them and you went into your warranties and you verified all those warranties on it. That is your true job. I am showing you right now kind of what's next and what you will eventually get to a point where your next thing is to make sure she's got all these things in QuickBooks when you get to that point, the next statement. 1588.86, 843.02, 619.16, 742.56, 1207.75, 1377.01, 778.60, 823.37, 2478.84, 2478.84, 421.51, 54.85, 12, 682.50, 778.60, all right, 1482.94, so one of the reasons that you would end up doing this is because you want to make sure when she does her statement, she has got all the bills in the statement. So while she's paying the bill, you are doing everything to make sure that when somebody purchased something from my company, that you are the gatekeeper of that. So you should not approve for her to pay that bill if you did not approve or see that it was a warranty or the customer did or did not pay for it. So right now I'm looking for 857.22 and I'm not finding it. So if I don't see it in here, I'm gonna go to the next one, 716.35. 716.35. So this is going to tell me something if I can't find this in here. All right. So I've got two of them here, two invoices in here One for $857.22 and one for $716.35 that I don't see in here. And if I look over here and I look through my check marks as well, I'm going to scroll down and look for open check marks. 950.04. Okay, that one's not in here. Scroll down a little more. Open one, 1026, not in there. Don't have to worry about it. 682.50, don't have to worry about it. And now I'm in racetrack. So I have my last two on here that are not in QuickBooks. So what I have to do now is I have to go back to ESC, and I have to go ahead and put in those purchase orders, because we need to go find out why they weren't in there. So let's do this. Actually, I'm glad I did this for you. 27681 is my PO, 681. So we key up 27681, and that says 857.22. Well, I have 27681 as $648.77. Now remember, I pulled all these things. So now I want to go to my invoice, which is my second to last invoice. Because you remember when I said Lennox screws up all my damn POs and everything? Well, let's see where we're at. 27681. This is State Street. 27681. Now, here's the deal. Here's why it's not in QuickBooks. So I've got a coil here. This hasn't been done yet. This is my actual coil. CH3530A is my coil. Well, if you look up here, order, place, and build, no check marks on them. If you look here, quantity, there is no one next to it as being received. So, this PO has not been done, is all it boils down to. Okay? So, I now change my price on here to $857.22. Click away from it. Boom, you're there. Okay, now, my invoice number here is the top. You're going to put the invoice number down at the bottom. 0567233 That's where your invoice number goes down at the bottom. Now, this is a coil. A coil is going to need a serial number. So the serial number to this coil is right here at the bottom. Make sure you put the coil serial number in here, because you're going to need it in just a minute. So I'm actually glad we did this. 152.3B 38246. 38246. So we put that in here. Make sure your B, the alphabet in here, is going to be capitalized. Change that. You're going to copy your invoice number here, which I'm going to show you in a second how you can do this. You're going to save and receive this. You're going to change the date of date received to the date of the invoice, 6/29. Received by, put your name on it. Quantity right here, you're going to change it to 1. Okay? Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that invoice number that I just had. I'm going to paste it on there. And I actually should have put a space in there first of all, which it starts off 0567. So I'll go right here. 0567. I'll put a little click in there and I'll space it away from it. And I'm going to show you why I'm doing that in 2 seconds here. Over here is your serial number. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to highlight your serial number. Don't get the number sign in there and the S in there. Copy that, right click, copy it, and paste it over here where your serial number is. Paste. And the reason I copied this right here is so that now I can re-highlight it again, right click it, and I can cut it. And now I need to save and bill, and when I save and bill, it says, do you want to mark it as billed? The answer is yes. We are now billing this invoice to go to QuickBooks. After I do this, it's going to pop up in QuickBooks, and then I'll be able to check it off. So now that I've right-clicked that invoice number, I'm going to paste it on here, and my date here has always got to be the date on here. Now, I hit 7/29 up here, which it's supposed to be 6/29. I hit the wrong one, so I got to go back, hit 6/29 on it, hit OK. That is now processed. It's going to go through, and it's going to pop up over here. Okay. Now, it might not pop up because I already have it open, so it might not grab it. I may have to close out of this And I think I can actually hit a little deal in here that says save check numbers in there. And then once I do that, I may be able to come back in here. I'll show you this in a minute, but I want to check my next one. My next one, which is the 27697 71635, which was my last invoice as well. So I'm going to go back in here. We're going to see if the same thing is the whole deal in here, okay? 27697. Pull that PO up. Let's see if that PO has been billed yet. See, there's a quantity of 1 here, and there's no received on it. My total is 71635. My invoice number is down at the bottom. 0883 is my last one. Again, I'm going to go ahead and right-click my invoice. So what somebody did was they went through here, and maybe me, who knows. They put the invoice number at the bottom, but they forgot to receive this. And I actually know why it wasn't received. And I'm going to show you here in just a second why it wasn't received. But when you're trying to pay the statement actually has to be paid. So what I'm fixing to do here has got to be followed up later. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit save and receive on this. And I'm going to show you why I could not receive it here. I'm going to hit my quantity as 1. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to paste my serial number here. Excuse me, my invoice number, and I'm going to move it away from it, okay? Because you're going to end up having to put a serial number on there later. I'm going to show you in just a minute. You're going to change the date here to 6/30 is when this invoice is done. So remember, that's not for today. That's what the invoice number is. So now I'm going to go ahead and save and bill and watch what happens. Do you wish to mark the purchase order as billed? Yes. You must provide a serial number for each serialized item. So it will not allow me to save and bill this until I have a serial number for this particular thermostat. Now, I've done the research on this particular thermostat, and I went to documents. Well, let's go back. I went to qualify. Let's go back a little further. The job is 746 springtime. I went to qualify. I keyed up 746 springtime. I looked to see when did we go install this thermostat, because I'm paying $716 for a thermostat that I need a serial number for. So I go to the invoice that the technician put the thermostat in, and of course all I see on the invoice is installed thermostat, $1,500, and he collected $1,500. Didn't put the model and serial number of the thermostat, so now I don't have it. So I would either have to call the customer and see if they can give me the serial number to it, or if they have the box, if he left the box over there, the serial number will actually be on the box. So we have to call the customer and see if they can give us the serial number to that particular thermostat. Normally, Lennox will put serial numbers, well, not normally, they'll put serial numbers on equipment. But for some stupid reason, they don't put the serial number on the thermostat. They don't put the serial number on the invoice for a heat kit as well. So you have to pull that off the boxes so that we can actually put it in here. So the way I'm going to get around this is received by Eric, and I am going to put the serial number in here as 0000. Okay? Now, when I save this, save and bill it, remember my invoice number right up here, which I had right-clicked and pasted. I can paste it now from there, right? I'm going to cancel this real quick. Now, I canceled it. Did I actually save it? Did I bill it? The answer is no, I did not. Because I canceled it before I processed the whole thing. So what I need to do is go back to it again, and I'm going to show you why I did this. 27697. Pull the PO back up. So remember the invoice number I had that I put in here? There it is down here. It was on here, and if I would have saved it, it would have saved that there, which I could have went back and then took it off later, but I just wanted to show you why I wouldn't save it like that, because I forgot to pull that the invoice number off. That was supposed to be where the PO is. Excuse me, where the serial number is. So again, I'm going to copy the invoice number right here. Copy it. Now, if you looked up top, it already says that it's billed, okay? So it was checked off billed, but it really wasn't billed because this purchase order has already been marked as billed. Are you sure you wish to create a bill? Yes, because now I want to create a bill. Right click, hit paste, put the invoice number in it. I got the date 6/29 is correct. I hit OK. Now I actually billed it because I canceled it before it didn't bill it. Okay, and that's why. So now I have my statement here from Lennox, right? Okay. Now, if I come through here and I look and I go, okay, well, I have 2 more invoices in here because now we're backtracking for a second. And my last 2 invoices, I hit save and bill in here and they should come over here. Well, is there a way to refresh this so that whatever I put in here is now here? Is there a refresh on it? You know, I don't know. Let's see if there is. Don't know if there is or not. Or let's see if it came over even though I have it up, because I know it used to not come up. So we're looking for 7/16/35 in the Lennox. My Lennox starts off right here. Everything's checked off all the way down. There's a 950 with an open one. There is a 682.50 with an open one. And boom, it did not come over. Neither one of these came over. So if I want to clear selections and get out of it and get back into it, it would actually do it. So let's just say I'm going to hit cancel. So I canceled out of it. So now I have to actually go back into pay bills and let's see if now it knocked off all of my selections that I did and it added those 2 in there. Let's just go see what happened. So everything is unselected again. I think there was a way I could have left them selected some kind of way. I'd have to research again. But now my 2 last ones, my 7/16/35 and my 8/57/22 are right here. Okay? So now I literally can go through and I can click on all of these except for the ones that I know. And in this case it was only 2 of them and I happen to remember which ones they were. Which one of them was the 1026 I will not collect, and the other one is the $950 one, which I just clicked it and unclicked it right there. And all the rest of them should be correct. That's why you want to look over the check marks just to kind of familiarize yourself with what you just did. Alright, so all those are checked off. So if I go to my statement now, so I have purchases. I have owed $21,088. All right. My total purchases that I have right here are $27,603. That's what I have checked off. Okay. So if I unclick 843, it changes my total right there. Okay. So that's how I know that my total 27,603 is what I have checked off. Now I want to go to my credits, and if I want to set credits down here, that would tell me that I'm pulling these credits from here, okay? So I go ahead and I hit set credits, and I want to say, okay, let's start at the top. 8/14/63. I'm looking for 8/14/63. We're going to hit it. 12/11/03. Click it. $150 even. Click it. So it's telling you to put 150 bucks in there. So watch this. Alright. The discounts used plus the total amount of all the selected credits is greater than the amount due. Check the credits you selected and amount you applied. Okay. Well, I've got right now 843 over here. 843 is where I'm highlighted, 843.02, and then I selected these as I am clicking them off. Okay, well, what's happening is it's not applying everything over here because the amount due I have, 843.02, is coming from here. And when I start clicking these things off, I am subtracting from 843.02 over here. So by me deselecting the checks, then that is actually putting my numbers back in here. Okay, so I go to 814.63 right here, and 814.63 can be deducted from 843.02. What you are supposed to do, and sometimes you cannot do, 95% of the time you cannot do, is literally find the bill that credit is for, because it was a month ago or 2 months ago when you actually had to pay the bill. That's why you can't apply that credit to it. Here I'm going to apply a credit to the 842. Taylor and Tyler, can I help you? Alright, I can take your address, and then I can set you on the board for tomorrow. I do not have any technicians available today. What's your address? So I can't. Your name? Yeah, gotcha. And your phone number? 421-2489, and that's 504. And your name, sir? Roger Cornwell. Alright, I will put you on the board, my friend. And we'll give you a call. I don't have any technicians today, sir. No. Alright, you got it. Bye-bye. So, since we have 843.02 over here and 814.63, I can now take the entire credit for that particular one. And then I can hit done. Okay? Now, it took this 843 and I only have to pay $28 on it because I took a credit of 814.63 right there. Okay? My next one is 1211.03. Well, if I go to the $1,500 one right here and highlight it, and I hit set credit on it, I can now go to my 1211 right there, and I can take the entire 1211 right there, and I can hit done, and then it subtracts it there. The next one is $150. So if I take one less, a little bit more than $150, find one close. I'll just take it from the $397 right here. I'll set credit, and I'll take the $150. Then I go down to my $1625.99. So I need something over $1625.99. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the $54.85 one. Set credit. Now I can go ahead and I can select the $1625.99 one. I can go ahead and I can select $426.97, the next one. I can select $644.28, the next one, because all I'm doing is I'm eating up that $5,000. I can go ahead and select the $2473.38 one. $682.50. 114.66. See here it says 144.66, so there may be a problem with that one. So I'm gonna not do the 114 one. Or this one says 144.66. So I think there's gonna be a problem. 347.26. I'm gonna select that one if they have enough. They do not have enough for that one. Okay. So now I am going to deselect out of the $682.50 because it wasn't taking everything. So that left me amount to pay for the 5,000 one, $314.50. So I'm going to hit done on that one, and that leaves me over with the last $114.66 and the $347.26 one. Still, I need to take credits for. Okay. Now, the credit we have is 114.66, and it's 27617 as a PO. So I'm going to go here, 27617, 27617, and that's going to be my vendor credit, is what it really and truly is. And look, we made a mistake in here and we put 144.66 instead of 114.66. So I'm going to change it on here. Okay? But that doesn't change QuickBooks. I'm going to save that. That doesn't change QuickBooks. Now, this is a vendor credit. Okay? So now, from here, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to go ahead and try it here. I'm going to go hit home. I'm going to go to enter bills, and I am going to look for the amount of, I'm going to look for a credit, and I'm going to go to 144.66, and I'm going to go ahead and hit find. Well, actually, I should have done that first. 144.66, find. And it gives me this last one here, which is on 6/26 of 2023. Discard the changes. And now I'm going to go just change this bill to 114 because it was just a mistake. That changes it here. I'm going to hit save and close. Yes, I've changed the bill. Now I can go back to home again and pay bills, and it still held everything where I was. Okay. So now that 114 and also the last one of the 347.26 one, I can go ahead and I can go to, say, this one here at 742.50, set credits on it, and now let's see, now it changed my bill to 114.66, and then the last one 347.26. I hit done on it. Okay. So now it's telling me I have $19,794 that I owe, but this is telling me amount due $21,088. Okay. I'm showing $19,000. So then I'm saying to myself, was there something extra checked or something missed? So we can clear all this stuff and start from the beginning again is what we can do. But what we have to do is we have to find out what the difference is. Okay. So maybe something got unchecked in here by mistake. Okay. Kaiser, no, not all that. Maybe a credit got taken that shouldn't have been taken. I don't think so, because we went through all of them on there. Maybe there was an additional one. So what we end up having to do is we got to look to see what the difference is. So we're going to go to our calculator and we're going to go 21,088.88 as a plus, and then our negative is going to be 19,794.86 as a negative, and you're looking for 1294.02. 1294.02. And what will make up 1294.02? So do I have an invoice for 1294.02 that we missed? No, I do not. So in this particular case, I literally have got to go back and start from scratch again, from the very beginning, to see what we miss. So doing these invoices, or if I hit the wrong number on a credit somewhere as I was going through, 12/11/03 was taken, or I don't know where it sits right now. You just got to look at them. So discount is showing, and then discount used. So each one of them is taken. 314 is the balance of it. So 5170 was taken on the 5485. So if I go click in here and I double click into that particular one, I can always hit go to bill on something like that to see what it is, which I don't need to do that. Save and close it. I'm back in here again. So as of right now, we are going to don't have a $950 in there. I do have a $950.04 right there. Didn't think I did. $950.04, and I did have a 1026, which I didn't think I did. So those two brings me to a total. So I did have two of them in there that I did not check. 2177.38 now. So now let's go click that one in. 21,771.38 as a plus. And here we're looking at 21,088. 21,088.88. There's a negative. I'm looking for $68.25 is what I am off. So that's saying I owe $21,000. This is saying I owe $21,088. That's saying $771. That's $682.50 is what the difference is. Okay. So $682.50. That's probably going to be one of those credits I might not have caught. So we're going to click on this one here, and then I'm going to hit set credits on it, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to look for $682.50. I look, here it is right here. Click on that one, $682.50, and that way I can amount to use. Yes, hit done. That changes it to $21,088.88. My total here, $21,088.88. Perfect. Yay. Now, difference. Total discount, $268.92. So if I pay this bill on time, I can deduct another $268.92. Okay. Set discount right here. Amount of discount, $268.92. Discount account is, haven't done this in a while. It should say discounts, Lennox discounts. Lowe's discounts, there we go. Discount fees, Lennox, Lowe's reimbursements and credits. I believe it's that one. And Lennox, Lowe's reimbursements and credits. I'm going to verify. I'm going to go through and make sure I didn't have another one that I normally would choose. It's been a while since I've done this one. Nope, that's the one we're gonna go with. Okay. We're gonna hit done on it. So now it dropped my bill down. So I've set my discounts in there at $268.92. We hit done on it. And then actually all she would have to do then is hit now, paste selected bill. $20,819.96. That would be her total. I'm just gonna hit done. You wouldn't go through that last part of it, but I know how to do it, so therefore I can do it. So now we take our statement here. We put this with our invoices. We clip this together, and that will finalize this particular video of the Lennox invoices. But this does not in any way, shape, or form finalize what I still need to do here. Because what I still need to do here is I need to go to this spreadsheet, and I need to take this spreadsheet and also my Coburn's, not spreadsheet, but these POs and all my Coburn's POs. We need to verify everything that's on here on the spreadsheet. And then I need to go to Lennox and my claims, and I need to, this is my next thing I do after I go eat lunch, is I'm going to come back and then I am going to do claims on every item that said warranty on here. If it said warranty on here, then I'm going to make a claim for it. Because if I don't make a claim, I'm not getting my money back. And that was $10,000 worth of items that are warranty stuff that I need to get claims for, okay? On that last statement, that was $10,000 in credits I got back. Well, there may be another $10,000 in here that if I don't do that warranty stuff with Lennox, this is just 10 grand on this one deal. Coburn's is my biggest account, and if I don't do all my warranty stuff with Coburn's, then, you know, the amount of money I'm losing is absolutely tremendous. So the most important part of this job is this warranty stuff. We're going to do, our next video is just going over this, and I'm going to find a whole bunch of stuff to kind of shorten it up a little bit to where we can just go straight to it. But you need to find out where our problems are too, just like the one that I did, and I know what the problem was with that Algiers one. It'll only take New Orleans, even though it says it's Algiers, because we registered in Algiers, but they don't, in their computer, they don't recognize Algiers. They recognize New Orleans. So then I have to call them, and they have to then change all that stuff. And today's Sunday, so they're not going to do obviously that on a Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video with this is my Lennox statement of how to make your Lennox statement right, and what you need to do with every single one of these. Remember that every time you pull a PO up, something has got to be written on that invoice to where we have an address on it, whether it's warranty or not. Anytime you have a piece of equipment, this is another very, 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 very important part. This particular one right here, when you have a piece of equipment, this is a air handler, okay? Let me find another one real quick. Something's got it written on it. So what we do is we do what's called RIPE, R-I-P-E. And every letter of the RIPE has something that we have to look up, is what it's for. So the R is for registered, meaning that we registered that piece of equipment. The I is for invoiced, meaning did we actually invoice that customer in QuickBooks? I'm sorry, in ESC. If we invoiced them in ESC, that means that I am getting paid. Well, there's your P. Did we get paid for it? So every piece of equipment we purchase has got to have a ripe on it. R, it's registered. So I looked up this particular condenser and I know that we sold this condenser. And the invoice on it is $164,654. Did we pay for it? Did the customer pay for it? Yes, the customer paid for it. Now you could put credit card on there, check number on there, something. And then equipment. The E is for equipment. Is it in the equipment? Did you go to the customer's account and go to qualify? I lost that particular one, or which one it is. But did you go enter their equipment and find the equipment in their, that piece of equipment in their equipment? Then you have verified that it is okay to pay that bill. If it's not paid for, it's not invoiced, it's not an equipment, then you need to know why. And I need to know why. Why was that piece of equipment purchased? And where is the piece of equipment? Because if it isn't paid for, it's not in equipment, it's not invoiced, where is it? There's 2 coils in this deal here. There are 2 coils in here and an air handler that we purchased that are not in equipment and they're not invoiced. And the reason for it is because we had a air handler that was purchased for a job. When we got it to the job, it was too big to fit in that application. So we had to buy a whole new air handler from a different company. So then now we have this air handler that needs to be brought back to Lennox. When you bring that back to Lennox, then they need a vendor credit for it. Then we return it, we get a vendor credit, and then the vendor credit processes through, and then they credit my account for that air handler. We had a coil that got taken out of the box, and some kind of way they scratched the coil. So therefore Lennox won't take the coil back. So now I have a coil sitting in my warehouse for nobody at this point in time, so I have to sell it. Then I can use that coil on that particular job. But I have to pay for the coil. It's sitting in here, but it doesn't go to a job, so it won't have a ripe to it. Because it's not registered, it's not invoiced, nobody paid for it, and it's not in the equipment in ESC. It's in my warehouse. So you would find that coil and you would put on here in warehouse, and you would tell the story of why it's in the warehouse. Coil was scratched, did not get, could not be returned. Lennox will not take it. So if anybody ever goes and looks at this, that information is on that particular deal. You take that, and now this invoice, when it goes to accounting and she is ready to pay for it, you wrote everything on here, and she don't have to do any research because you wrote everything on here. What's warranty, what's not warranty. This one says it's a PCO kit and it's paid for, and there's where the customer did. You know, pick another one. This is a warranty for Mark Caraway, 109 Pie Street in Belchase. Okay, it's received. Now, I now have to go, okay, now bookkeeper won't do this. I have to do this in this position. I now have to go to the spreadsheet, and I have to go find 109 Pie Street, okay? So I can go to addresses right here. I can click my deal down right there. I go to 109 Pie Street, click on it. Actually, deselect all of them, click on 109 Pie, hit OK, and it gives me the one up top. Then I can go through with that. Now, this is a peach color, which means they have a 10-year labor warranty. This is telling me the 10-year labor warranty is not done yet because it's not in here. None of the claim numbers are in here. How do I know it's a 10-year labor warranty? Is because I happen to know this particular customer, but I go to 109 Pie Street. I go to, they have Complete Care Plus. When you click on here, it has 109 Pie. That tells you that they have some kind of warranty. You go to the customer's name, you double click into it, or click into it. It gives you the, if you go into, well, right up top right here. Right here. Gives you all the information with There's the deductible. Here's your authorization number right here. They have a deductible of $99. And then from here, you can go into attached documents. You can scroll down to when they purchased it, and then you can find the 10-year parts and labor warranty. You pull that certificate up. You've got the certificate number showing that the customer has a $99 warranty deductible. Here's all your model and serial numbers, and this is replacing the coil. The coil is under warranty until 10/18 of 2024. So this gives you the warranty right there for Comfort Shield. I'm sorry, from Complete Care. So then I have to now go to my next thing I'm going to do when I get back from lunch. This is one of my first ones. I'm going to go to Complete Care. I have to figure out how to do Complete Care. I've never done it before. I have to make this claim onto it in order for me to get paid to replace that coil. That customer has got a 10-year labor warranty. Now I have to do my paperwork in order to get paid for this coil. So this position here is a very tedious position. It's somebody that has got to be seriously organized, and you have got to know how to follow all these different guidelines and follow when one thing leads you to another thing. Where are you going with it? Why are you going with it? What are you looking for? You have to keep things organized. You have to keep things in order. You've got to know where these statements are. How do you get to them? What are you checking them for? All that kind of stuff. How to research them. All the little tricks in there, like hitting the little PO right here, clicking it up, and you can actually search a PO number on there. I mean, it's just little things like that, you know, that you got to learn how to do. I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here, and the next one we'll do on actual warranty on everything else, and I'll show you the big cluster F in the warranty stuff and how we can start straightening that out. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate if you're going to work at this job. I'd appreciate if you really pay attention to this video and the other ones that I made and watch them 3 and 4 times so that you can see all these little things that I know how to do that not everybody knows how to do. Thank you very much.